reason is treason in democratic elections. To a computational cognitive scientist, it's obvious. The human brain, the trillions of compute engines working in near-perfect harmony in real time between your ears, is just not set up for reason. It isn't. Get over it. Reason is treason in maintaining a democracy just like it is in maintaining a dictatorship. Your brain is actually an old system, on the order of 500 million years old, that operates to guess what reason might or might not justify. It's a probability engine that only knows what our DNA or our personal experience can know. And, in both cases, while that is an unbelievably huge amount of information about how to survive in reality in real time, it just makes the vast amounts of its conscious decisions, in the billions of subconscious and conscious decisions a second, orchestrated to the speeds needed by reality. Most often, just the most recent knowledge can overcome all reasonable knowledge, all knowledge of actual truth, because we just can't recruit reasoned truth that fast. Sometimes it takes minutes, sometimes days, and sometimes much longer. The brain guesses most all the time, and rarely has the luxury of the time it takes to make a reasoned decision. Furthermore, and this is really important, Mendesiology, the computational cognitive science of lies, tells us often deceit and lying is a better path to survival than the truth. Even worms lie. It's a property of the orchestration of neural memory itself that reason takes second fiddle to good deceptions. So what happened in the election of 2024? Well, we have just seen that the liars most informed of this reality of what goes on between your ears can get away with deception to benefit of their own promotion. People do not want to know truth by reason. Their brains know, by the microsecond and by the billions of decisions being constantly made between their ears, that the actual truth takes too much effort. Reasoned, proven truth takes much more effort than their brains have the time to compute and stay alive. No human, and most all animals going back hundreds of millions of years, have this problem, which is really not a problem, because the effective goal is to survive in a world of deception. So what did these supremely intelligent human liars do to cause other humans to do what they wanted? They just put up ads they knew would catch your attention. The ads always have these rules. Just one idea. Don't get cute or try to reason through multiple ideas with someone. One decision for one reason is all you want if you want to successfully inform or even deceive people into making a desired decision. The job of the ad is to tell you what to decide, not to try to convince you to decide it. Star Wars had the great scene where you just wave your hand and put the idea into someone's head. It is enough to get them to decide to do what you want. It is always to decide something based on a survival fear. Just one simple sentence, which take a couple of seconds perhaps to read or hear, will be understood by the brain with easily a million decisions within a second or two of the experience, and will be remembered when future decisions may be required. That will do it. Note: this doesn't require a meeting with another human being as long as the target has a cell phone, is watching a screen in a public place, listening to a podcast, or is otherwise listening to another human being they think they can trust. For humans, it is all about the natural language communication of that decision around common survival fear. So, because I have a mixed household of Democrats and Republicans, I noticed the Republicans just sent postcards which were too big to ignore and very easy to read and interpret. Each card put the decision they wanted you to believe in your mind, and to make sure you cared about that decision, because the reason was feeding a memorable survival fear. The one I most remember is, Trump makes you safe. The decision they want you to make is that Trump is the one that makes you safe, and the survival fear is that if you are not safe, you may not be safe. Note the Democrats' simple lines did not do this. Kamala says not to go back, or vote Harris. The first requires reasoning, if only to figure out what she doesn't want you to go back to and why. And the second is just the decision, but it's not tied to any survival fear. Now, the fact is that Trump was lying. Trump does not make you safe. It just cannot be justified by actual reason. Harris can list things that should cause you to not want to go back, but reason is treason to democracy. In the other case, simply the decision to vote Harris is rapidly forgotten because it does not say how this is going to help you survive. And sadly, a decision that cures a fear, just one fear at a time, is much more likely to be remembered in your future. Time-limited reasoning. Trump makes you safe also just does not sound like a deception. It sounds like it might be good advice, and, therefore, truthful, even if it is a lie. I can go on, but rather than doing that, let's just say, Harris saves your liberty. The same message was made in an Economist article titled Hobgoblins Are Not Real, but the title really should have said Harris Walls Stop, GOP Hobgoblins from Destroying Liberty. Or, in a universal context, save your liberty with a vote for Harris. Hobgoblins are not real. The Economist agrees. Medium.com.